Welcome back. This is Watertown 365. We are here with the scoops, news, and stories, if you want to call it that, if you want to put it in those categories, those buckets. We have information about Jefferson Community College, about a new restaurant that's planned for Watertown, about filing your U.S. taxes digitally for free. Now, why is this local news? Because that happens to be what they are talking about. So let's talk first about the Jefferson Community College. Let's switch over to the news, away from the desktop background, and get to the news story opening. And here's what is happening. According to Jefferson and Lewis counties, they are in a childcare desert. So, Jefferson Community College and its partners came together to help address the problem in the area. They collaborated with the Watertown Small Business Development Center and Community Action Planning Council to provide the North Country Regulated Home Daycare Training Bootcamp. Now, that's a lot of acronyms, a lot of words, a lot of terms. What does that mean? Here's what it is. Participants, if I can bring this up here, we can find where we left off reading this, right? Participants attended childhood development classes, business workshops, and one-on-one mentorships to begin their own home daycare. The program began in June, serving residents from Jefferson and Lewis counties. The 8 new entrepreneurs who completed the boot camp were celebrated Thursday night, and they will be enrolled in the college's Introduction to Early Childhood Development course at no cost this semester. Now, here's why this is so important. Compared to only 10 home childcare businesses that opened in the last 3 years in Jefferson and Lewis counties, 2021 showed progress. There were 2 new home-based childcare businesses in Lewis County and 10 in Jefferson County. So it looks like we went from 10 new ones to 12 new ones. And JCC, the Jefferson Community College, expects this number will grow as the remaining pilot program participants open their new business, with 3 more pending at this time. The program expanded available care by about 60 new child care slots. Participants receive support in completing the New York State registration application and approval process, including completing all required health and safety training. Now, there's even more happening in March. There is grant funding available to residents of Jefferson and Lewis counties. All participants must provide proof of COVID-19 vaccination, and the pre-registration deadline to complete an interest form is on March 7th. So how do you take action on this? How do you ask for more information? Here's the email address. Here's where we pulled up the screen, so you can see this in nice, somewhat large font. J. Haberman, with 2 N's, at sunyjefferson.edu. You talk to the JCC Director of Community Services if you are one of these people that is interested in starting an in-home childcare business. Who knew, right? Who knew that was a thing that you could do or that people do. Now let's talk about getting your taxes filed digitally for free. No one likes paying taxes, but no one likes paying for a tax service. Now, the American Tax Code has 2,600 pages, but it's in your best interest to consider doing your taxes early, thinking about your taxes early. Don't leave it until April 1st, because then you'll be stuck with an inexperienced filer. You'll pay too much, or they won't notice deductions or possible credits. So the place that the experts, I guess, say to go to is Free Tax USA. They offer free federal tax returns for all situations. If you generate revenue through more complex situations like farming or renting, or if you're self-employed, if you own a house, a business, or you contract freelancers, you won't pay anything to file. And with many filing services, state returns come at a premium because they involve navigating through 50 separate tax codes. But Free Tax USA charges $15 for a state return. And so next, there's also OLT.com, short for online taxes, or yeah, that's right, OLT.com. since we're talking about taxes. They're similar to TurboTax, which is a service which pulled out of the IRS free file program, so there's no longer a free option. And OLT has a state return of $9.99. They keep all of your information to port over for the following year's taxes. So for filers with a single W-2 source of income, it seems incredibly expedient. Okay, so there's some, I guess, national news, some detour off of the usual types of news that we talk about. Now let's get back more into the local stuff, because the owners of Sackett's Battlefield Eatery are planning a restaurant in Watertown. And hey, new restaurants, new places of business are always exciting. So they are renovating the building at 168 Court Street that used to house Severance Photo, and they will be opening The Eatery. Now, The Eatery, they're hoping, will be a second home for families and friends. They will serve up a wide range of choices that include breakfast, lunch, and dinner, with teas, coffees, smoothies, and desserts baked in-house. Customers can join a coffee club that includes a cup of coffee every day with a reusable cup for $125 for the year. Now that is interesting, right? You pay $125 and then you just have your free cup of coffee every day. Imagine what's that, like 30 cents a day for a cup of coffee at this place? That's a very interesting idea right there. Now, a customer can also choose a meal of the week, with all sales donated to the guest's favorite charity. The storefront's windows will display free advertising for nonprofit organizations for a month at a time. So it seems like they thought of everything here. This will be the 5th restaurant to open in the city in recent months. It will join a public square bar restaurant, an expanded juice bar that moved on Newell Street, and a Filipino-flavored establishment on Bradley Street. The Saburo family, with a rich history in the local food industry, has revived a Coffeen Street restaurant that closed at the start of the pandemic. And there are plans to redevelop the Wind and Wire building at 75 Public Square into a downtown restaurant. Now, how will you know what the heck that new restaurant will be? Well, you have to stay tuned and keep on tuning into these weekly updates so that you too know what new restaurants are popping up in this area. And so it seems like it's sort of a slow news week, which is not bad. And we'll talk about a little bit about COVID and then wrap things up. Okay, so the Tri-County area has reported 907 new COVID cases on Wednesday. No new deaths in Jefferson, Lewis, or St. Lawrence counties. And here are some specific numbers for us to toss on the screen here. Jefferson County reported 498 new virus cases, bringing its total since the onset of the pandemic to 19,053. The number of people hospitalized due to the virus went up 3 from Tuesday to 30 patients, and the county has experienced 147 COVID-related deaths. And if you want to tune in and find out what is happening in the Watertown area, the place to go is Watertown 365, where you can find out. We were just talking about this. We were talking about how exciting it is when there's a new place to eat. Restaurant, fast food, whatever, new places are exciting. Watertown's Direct Subs. They have a hometown in Kent, Ohio, and you have to go to our website to find out about Watertown's Direct Subs. There is an interesting story about someone who is giving free rooms to those in needs at the Lincoln Tunnel Motel. There's information about icy roads and Route 178. An anonymous shopper bought an iconic Pantera guitar for a young rocker who always came into the shop to play it. There's news about 3 new city pools that are happening, the Flower Memorial Library. Astronomers capture black hole eruption spanning 16 times the full moon in the sky. So there's even space news happening over at Watertown 365. And you go over to Facebook at facebook.com/Watertown365, and you can see the fun holidays that we've been going through, such as National Dress Up Your Pet Day. It's good to know that exists. There has been, what are the other days? National Clean Off Your Desk Day. Is your desk cleaned off? I mean, I guess mine is somewhat, right? It's cleaned off enough to get the job done, to be sort of minimalist. And so if you have not yet cleaned off your desk, it's not too late. You can still participate in National Clean Off Your Desk Day and so much more. Facebook.com/Watertown365. And we will see you next week to find out what is new with you, what is new with us, what is new in the area. Watertown 365. Don't be a stranger. We'll talk later, and bye for now.